Well, it all comes down to this. Good evening and welcome to the Emirates Airline 2014 USA Rugby Division I Club National Championship. My name is Eric Tabor for USA Rugby. With me, Katie Worst. Katie, good afternoon. We are going to see a fantastic ball game here with a really great storyline between the Life University Running Eagles and New Orleans Rugby Club, two teams that are coming from different pathways and somehow find themselves in this Division I championship.
Absolutely. Eric, really we see that the New Orleans Rugby Club is a program that's come up through the divisions. Truthfully, the model that we're looking for, where they were Division III national champions, then went on to Division II, achieved that benchmark, and now we see them here today at the Division I championship final.
And Life University, of course, sort of used to being in these championship games. They've played in a lot of them recently, both at the graduate school level here in the club division and the undergraduate division. And they were here last year, won the tournament last year, and their college team is now playing over in Philadelphia right now. So Life University and the coaches there are doing a great job. But we are almost set for kickoff here in Madison, Wisconsin. Breese Stevens Field, the USA Rugby Division I National Championship. And we've had a great day of rugby all through the day today. We've had the Division II men, the Division II women, the Division III men, all great games, great championships.
Certainly. We just finished off with the Division I women's final, too. Just a fantastic, another case story of really a program that's growing that really has encompassed men's, women's, youth all together in the Oregon Rugby Sports Union team. They found success this year in their 40th anniversary program. And when we see programs like Life University coming up and really building the structure so that they're building from the base all the way up to the elite level, which we're seeing here today.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to go down the field for the anthems. We'll be back in just a few minutes with kickoff. And we are back after a rousing performance of the national anthem here at Breese Stevens Field, Madison, Wisconsin, for the Emirates Airline 2014 Club D1 National Championship. Taking a look at the starting lineups, a few interesting names in this lineup for New Orleans. Cameron Falcon, a USA Rugby High School All-American, U20 All-American standout. He's now in the USA Select side. He's also spent a lot of time over at Trinity College in Dublin, a very experienced player. He's pairing up with his older brother, Jarrett Falcon, at number 7. Jarrett Falcon, the captain of this team. A couple other standouts, Adam DeCoing, a couple of LSU boys. And as we mentioned earlier, Katie, LSU, or this New Orleans team, really sort of a homebred outfit, you know, all guys from the LSU, Louisiana area. Looking at the Life Running Eagles, well, they're just stacked with talent. Number 2, Phil Thiel. He's should be heading to the Eagle camp here in Denver soon. Chris Headley will captain this team out of Missoula, Montana. Tom Catsby has spent time with the Eagles, as well as several of these Life Eagles. We'll get back to the lineups here in a second. But we've got kickoff. And immediately Life claims the ball. Headley taps the ball backwards, and Life on the run now. That's Dave Gannon player coach Gannon. And here come the running Eagles. There's a nice gap there for McMaster. But Sean Davies can't quite hold on to it. We got a penalty, it looks like, to the life running Eagles. I can't see Mark Nelson's hand signal there. Did you see that, Katie?
No, I didn't actually, just some of the angle that we saw here. But what I did see was Aaron McMaster, really great pace coming up the sideline, offloaded the ball, and then really went looking for work. You saw him leaping over the back of, coming around so that he could be able to be in good support position.
Yeah, great backs work there from Life, and they are going to be clinical in their efforts today, which is how they've been able to secure so many spots on the national team, etc. Phil Teal, money in the lineouts. Sean Davies there at number 9 for the Eagles, directing traffic. Davies, of course, the standout from BYU, All-American from BYU. Also spent time with the Eagles, likely to join the team in Denver as well.
Great clear out, good rucking support too. They're always going with their support, making good gain line.
And Davies spins the ball wide. Chance Doyle. Doyle is in for the first try of the game, and Katie, is 38 minutes and 14 seconds left in this game. That didn't take Life long.
No, really, they were able to capitalize on some space that they created. Just cool, calm, and collected going forward. Series of phases with the forwards, nice support. Really just picked up a good individual effort there to dot it down.
Great stuff from Chance Doyle to keep his feet, dove for the line in the tackle. That's a strong run from Doyle, and just like that, the Life running Eagles are on top of NOLA 5-0 with the kick to come. So as we were mentioning, a lot of really experienced players on this Life University side. Tom Catsby, as we mentioned, spent time with the Eagles. Sean Davies spent time with the Eagles. Jack Tracy, former Belmont Shore standout. Cornelius Dirksen has been in national team lineups before. So just a lot of depth on this team. And you even look at some of the substitutes. Gershon Blaze, former Notre Dame football player who picked up sevens and started to play rugby. He's now at Life.
Let's throw the Jeff downstairs right now.
And now let's go down to Jeff Hall in the on the field side. What do you got, Jeff?
Eric, this is an outstanding opening performance from Life, but a player to watch for them, A.J. McGinty, a fly half who's just starting to enter into eligibility to play for the USA Eagles. He can kick with both feet, excellent at field position, enormous in defense. He's going to be a very influential player for Life today, someone to keep an eye on.
Yeah, McGinty in that one of those crucial positions that the USA always needs more depth in at 10, obviously, and as soon as he's eligible, he will be in the mix to run the fly half spot. There's a box kick there from Sean Davies. Does not find touch. Here comes Nola Chance Doyle, Zach Simpkins. Strong run from Simpkins there. Cameron Falcon playing tight head prop today. He's usually a hooker. Spent a lot of time with hooker at hooker. With the U20 All-American program, with the high school All-Americans. He's playing tight head today, takes the ball into contact, and he is wrapped up in that contact, so we're going to have a turnover here to Life.
Yeah, you see Life did very well to kind of hold that ball up and put them under pressure early. Nola took the ball up, and it's going to be one of those things where if you don't have the support there right away, they're going to capitalize it and force turnover ball.
Yeah, Falcon did go into the contact pretty high. He was a little flat-footed. Don't think he was expecting the pass, so a good team will hold that man up and strip the ball from him, which is exactly what Life did. NOLA, as we talked earlier, a bit of a Cinderella story as we see the Eagles now running away with it. Here comes Jeff Ruther, the inside center. Sorry, Aaron McMaster that was, number 12, Aaron McMaster for Life.
Couple of solid punishing tackles by New Orleans early on.
New Orleans going to have to take away Life's space here. They don't have a lot of room to allow Life to run at them, or else they're going to cut up lines left and right and really make New Orleans pay for their defense. There's good defense from NOLA, though.
Good solid take and equalizing tackle.
Here come the running Eagles. Chris Sullivan also spent time in national team circles. Life just battering around the fringes. Here comes Davies sending it wide through McGinty. Nice line there from the fullback, I believe, Simpkins.
Now, Garrett Lambert really working to get in that good long body position to get the ball back to his team.
Life hammering away. Are they over the line? And what is Mark Nelson saying?
Replay of tackle coming. No tackle.
Oh, and here's a big piece of wood laid from NOLA there, from one of the Benvenuti brothers, Ben Benvenuti, playing number 5 for NOLA.
So much physical force on that tackle. He actually left his feet, but then came right back down originally.
Here's Lambert. Garrett Lambert also spent time as an All-American. And Life looks like they are inching towards the line. McGinty can't find it. And a penalty to Life, holding onto the ball, and New Orleans starting to get desperate here to keep this punishing Life attack out.
Lots of bodies on the ground there for New Orleans and Life Running Eagles. Just pretty much a desperation move. They're trying to get in the rhythm early on for New Orleans, and Life seems to just have a bit more cohesion in early minutes.
Life opting for the line out, fairly smart move. They've got a good rolling maul, Life, so they're going to work on their tactics here. They're going to set up a line out, see if they can maul this in before spinning out wide to their backs. Good take there from David Gannon, player coach. And here's that rolling maul we talked about. Good structure there from Life. And couldn't tell who that was. Cameron Falcon ended up with the ball, but Mark Nelson blew the whistle.
Life University clearly in charge of that set piece play. Gained a lot of ground and really tested New Orleans' defensive resolve.
I can't figure out what Nelson's, he got a penalty. Okay, so he got a penalty to Life now. I'm guessing, yep, here we go. They're going to set up the line out again, do the same exact thing. So Life will have a 5-meter line out. And if I was a betting man, I'd say they were going to do the exact same thing, put a man up, start the rolling maul, see if they can push one over. And that's exactly what they do.
See New Orleans throwing everything they got at it, trying to just disrupt this really solid platform of attack that they have through this set piece.
And here's the ball for Davies now. Nope, Davies going to forego it. Gannon. Gannon over the line. Is he there? No. No, he is not. Nola's defense holds, and we are going, it looks like we had a knock on, so we're going to have a scrum to New Orleans. And wow, talk about a goal line stand.
Absolutely, you can see the crowd start to react a little bit, chance of NOLA coming up. You can see the players even just really gaining a lot of strength and momentum from that, being able to keep them out.
Said Boo Michael putting the ball in for NOLA. and they're going to want to clear this ball as fast as they can. First scrum of the game, not a pretty one. Here goes Boo Michael. Oh, he's still on his feet. Pass goes backwards. And that was Ross Balaki who put it to foot. Unfortunately, a turnover to Life. Oh, and here's a nice chip ahead from Life Running Eagles from McMaster. Smart move from McMaster. That's going to put NOLA back on the back foot, under pressure.
Great little break by New Orleans, kind of a sort of a fortunate series of events where it tried to make the pass and was able to just, Balaki was able to get a foot on it, kick it ahead, and then Life University just countered and stuck it kind of the opposite direction, and we'll see what they do with this.
Nice line out take from NOLA there. There's a strong run from Bobby Johns, former LSU player. Ooh, big hit there in the midfield from Jack Tracy.
Really fantastic, positive tackle.
Yeah, textbook stuff. Big cutout pass. Out to, is that Bobby Johns? NOLA recycling well. And yep, that was Tracy coming in off sides there. Definitely not through the gate, so a penalty to New Orleans, and they will hoof this downfield as far as they can, hopefully get in touch. Great defensive work over the last 2 minutes from New Orleans to keep this strong Life outfit at bay. The fact that they didn't score there is a big testament to their defensive ability.
Certainly, Eric. You see NOLA's settling a bit into kind of the phase play that they want, and the tempo sort of, they're taking back that control of what that tempo is. You saw that Life just gave away a penalty, a little over-eager, but aggression is no problem here in this game.
Cameron Falcon, you'll see here, number 3, coming up to do the throwing in the line-out, as I said earlier. Normally a hooker. He was on that USA U20 squad that won the Junior World Trophy, and in large part due to the throwing from Falcon. Oh, nice line break here from NOLA. Oh, and a knock on. Looked like Chance Doyle out there knocking the ball on.
Knock on came from results from Aaron McMaster. Really solid chase and tackle. Did what he could and formed and created that turnover situation.
So we're here in Madison, Wisconsin at the 2014 Emirates Airline USA Rugby Division I Club National Championship, Breese Stevens Field. If you're following along at home, make sure you use the hashtag NCS 2014. That's National Championship Series 2014. Give us your picks. Who do you want to win? Send us a picture of you and your friends watching the game. Get active on Twitter. Nice defensive work there from New Orleans. Good positive tackles like you mentioned, Katie. But we've got a penalty now to Life, not rolling away. Referee Mark Nelson. Nelson is being assisted today. Sean Bastick and Pete Winkelbauer are the referees on the field. Mark Nelson on the national panel. Based out of Denver, Colorado.
Great gain in territory for Life University on that strong clearance kick.
Phil Teal will do the throwing. And this is one of the reasons that Teal has been the first choice hooker for the Eagles, is his ability in the line out as well. So you've got 2 hookers throwing the ball today, both very capable line out throwers. Yeah, great take there from Chris Headley, number 4. And Life is running away. Great tackle there on number 11, Lance Kavanaugh. Sean Davies recycles. Chris Headley wrapped up in midfield. You really can't miss Chris Headley with that head of hair he's got. Here's Cornelius Dirksen, evading tacklers. Davies. Chris Sullivan now. Davies again. Good ball work there in the middle with A.J. McGinty. McGinty to McMaster. McMaster, a little show and go there. But we've got timeout now. Mark Nelson going to have a word with one of the players. I didn't see the infringement. We've also got a player down on the field. Looks like Sean Davies just a little roughed up, but he got a splash of water. He's back on his feet. So we've got a penalty to life.
Eric, so far we saw Davies actually really getting into good position, using his mobility to move the ball quickly. Life's been able to use that and form a great series of continuity that's been quite helpful for them. They had a lot of go-forward momentum, and things are working out.
So A.J. McGinty lining up to take a decently long kick here. 43 meters, looks like. Looks like it has the distance. Is it through? No. McGinty can't hit from 40 out. So the score remains Life 5, New Orleans 0 after just about 20 minutes of play here. And, you know, Life came out and put a score on the board within the first minute and a half of the game. But New Orleans has done a great job to keep them out of the try zone again.
Absolutely. I approve the conservative approach to when points are offered or left. You don't want to leave them on the table. So good attempt by McGinty to do it. A little bit closer, I think you'd have the points on the board.
Sean Davies with a bit of an error there. Went to try and scoop up the ball on the bounce, ended up knocking on. Uncharacteristic of him.
Eric, you saw back several phases to the line out. Phil Teal went actually to the back pod, which was able to get the ball wide and really use that wide game to exploit sort of the benefit that they have at this, a lot of speed and pace in this Life University back line.
Sade Boo Michael putting the ball in for Nola. Out to Elliott Bryce. Bryce to the foot. Finds a little space there. Ball takes a weird bounce. It is danger now for Life.
Drop, Jeff. Drop, Sadie. Sadie, drop.
Good recycling there from Chance Doyle. And, from Simpkins. A.J. McGinty hoofs it downfield. Not out of bounds. Here comes Nola. There's big Ben Venuti. Cameron Falcon. Solid gain from him.
Good evasive running there by Nola.
Yeah, that was Adam DeCoing, I think. Oh, and a line break from Life. Oh, the little show and go there from McGinty. McGinty puts away number 11, Lance Kavanaugh. Lance Kavanaugh in for a try. Great work there from A.J. McGinty. Little fake pass, a dummy run, and Kavanaugh slices through. And Katie, that's the play of a Life fly half that is ready for the next level.
If you watch McGinty, he looks up, you can see where his eyes are looking. He's seeing the space, seeing if the defender's actually committing to him. Saw that he didn't and was able to take advantage and slip right through the gap.
Nice line there as well from Kavanaugh. So just like that, Life back on top, 10-0 over NOLA, or Life on top now, 10-0 over New Orleans. 19 minutes, 40 seconds left to play in this first period of the 2014 D1 Club Championship. Let's go down to Jeff Hall on the sidelines. What do you got, Jeff?
A bit of a sucker punch, Eric, against NOLA there, and a little bit of a change in the expectations for Life University. One of the things their management was hyping before the game was their ability to put in a solid 80-minute performance on defense, to have a defense that would not buckle regardless of the pressure over the course of 80 minutes. It hasn't happened because they haven't had to be on defense quite a lot. They're dictating the pace, enjoying a lot of possession. For Life, the best defense so far has been a good offense.
Yeah, Life quite happy just to recycle ball, go through as many phases as they need. Sean Davies, solid kick for touch there. Brings the ball right back around midfield.
Good tip and recovery by Nola in the line out.
Oh, still on his feet. Jarrett Falcon, the captain. Nola retaining possession. Knocking on the door.
Ooh, solid tackle, ready to push him back.
And we've got a Life player down in the middle of play here. So the fly half for Nola, Elliot Bryce, chooses a different direction. Picks up a couple key yards. Big cross-field pass to the lock. And here's some space for NOLA. This is number 11, DeCoing. Chance Doyle. Cheeky little run there from the number 9, Boo Michael. NOLA knocking on the door now. They're going to get a penalty out of this. They will. Not rolling away is a penalty from Life. This could very easily be some points on the board for New Orleans. We do have a player down for Life out there. I can't see the number right now. He's down around midfield. So it's looking like New Orleans going to take the points on offer. Smart decision. Still a lot of rugby left to play. It's only 10-0. Get 3 points on the board, and you're within a converted try of taking the lead. So,
Eric, a lot of collegiate representation here on the field. Number of players. The story of the New Orleans program is really the strength and connection it has with the LSU rugby program, as well as Ole Miss and University of Alabama rugby as well, even as far as Texas A&M and other programs. And just a fantastic story of kind of a blue-collar group of individuals that have come together and worked their ranks through the different divisions of club men's rugby.
Yeah, it's great to see, especially everybody from one town, as we see Ross Belacy lining up to take this kick. Oh, Belacy curves it through. Is he in? He is not. Belacy's kick, no good. But, yeah, to add on to that point, it's not often in the upper echelons of American rugby we see such a homegrown team. There's always players coming and going and transferring and moving around the country to play at different levels of the game. And, these boys are all born and bred. The Falcon brothers, for instance, their dad played at NOLA. And, they all went to Louisiana State. Cameron Falcon, the younger Falcon, goes to Louisiana State right now. The youngest Falcon will be going to Louisiana State next year. So it's all in the family for this New Orleans squad.
Yeah, credit to head coach Trip McCormick, who I know has been intimately involved with the development of youth programming down there and really forming those connections. Same as if you look on the other side of the ball, the Life Running Eagles, too, some of their efforts to create more programs that they have in the Atlanta metropolitan area. Well,
we just saw number 8, Garrett Lambert, getting walked off the field there with an injury. Yeah, Garrett Lambert, he is a sort of a Life product. His dad, Gary Lambert, a big Life guy back in the old days. So Life is in the spine of that family, if you will. Nice flat line there from Benvenuti, Nick Benvenuti, the number 8. Cullen Glennon. Chance Doyle now out to DeCoing. DeCoing making some big yards. Oh, big Benvenuti. And the ball is there. Is it a knock on? Yes, it is. Benvenuti lost the ball in tackle. So Life now will have to put into the scrum Sean Davies to feed the ball in.
Yes, Benvenuti really doing a hard work here for New Orleans program. They put together a number of phases, doing a good job to secure the ball and being in support when needed.
Davies, McGinty. There's Kavanaugh again. And this is a replacement Jason Davala for Life Running Eagles, number 16. And Life on the move now. Zach Simpkins out there. Davies, McGinty. McGinty keeps it. Headley. Nice cutout pass. Gannon. And Davies drug into touch. So good defense there from New Orleans. Once again, like allowing Life to bend them but not break them. And now Cameron Falcon will have the throw into the line out for NOLA.
Sure, New Orleans working hard to just scramble and do what they can, because if you see, Davies is getting the ball quick off the ground and just unleashing a wave of support. And NOLA's been basically scrambling, getting in good position, and making sure that they're not able to break the line. So they're really putting on a fantastic display so far here for the 2,500 fans currently in the stands, cheering their club on. Here we've got Davies.
Out to Cornelius Dirksen. Dirksen in for another Life try. Davies to Cornelius Dirksen, waltz right in. It was just that easy for Life. And now Life on top, 17-0 with 11 minutes, 35 seconds. Nice little break there from Davies. Good cutout pass. Dirksen just strolled that one in.
Just fantastic awareness by Davies just to see where his support's coming in. He looked right, he looked left, saw what he was needed, and then he went for it. It was an easy stroll in for Dirksen, his teammate.
So great atmosphere here in Madison. 2,500 people in the stands. And we're going to throw this one down to Jeff on the sidelines. Jeff, what do you got for us?
Eric, it's a quiet New Orleans bench down here. I think they're starting to wonder exactly how they're going to get the possession they need to start a comeback in this match. You see the movement that Life is operating to the outside backs. Good channels, good support coming from their back three. It may be a long day for NOLA unless they can find some countermeasures here.
Yeah, New Orleans is getting some possession, but it's not theirs for very long. And it's a lot of self-forced errors, too, or self-caused errors that is causing NOLA to lose possession. I mean, it's knock-ons here. It's little stuff like that that Life is really capitalizing on.
Getting a good look here at all the fans that are here in the stands. Enjoying themselves on a beautiful day here at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin.
Yeah, just a great facility. As we've been talking about all day long, we're just about a half mile or so down the road from the state capitol building here, downtown Madison. Stands are nice and full for this big Division I championship game. Good crowd on hand to cheer on these two teams. As we see McGinty now out to, that's Simpkins. McGinty still on his feet with a little chip kick ahead. Here comes Jack Tracy. Jack Tracy gets Chance Doyle on the ground. And we've got a penalty to New Orleans. Chance Doyle, former Life Running Eagle himself.
Yeah, fantastic to see. We talked about really the involvement of the college game, and Chance Doyle, one story in particular, graduated from Life, played for them all through college, and we're seeing him do great work today for his program.
Yeah, and it's nice to see him return to New Orleans and give back and play for the club that, in his hometown.
Eric, you mentioned before about the fans that are in the stands today. Those of you that are out there, if you're on social media following along, feel free to send in your comments. Let us know who you think the MVP of today's match is at hashtag NCS2014. We'd love to hear your comments. If you're watching from home, any little bit of information helps to raise the profile of our game here in the U.S.
So back to the action. Nola kicking for touch. Here's Falcon going to do the throwing in for Nola. Nice line out take there from Benvenuti. Oh, solid hands there. And here it is again for New Orleans. Bryce bottled up. And a penalty to Life. Mark Nelson calling in the captain. And we've got a yellow card on, we'll get that number as soon as we can. But one of the Life players being sent off the field now. Not sure what that was for. I don't know, Katie, if you saw that infraction there.
Wasn't able to pick it up, Eric, but I'm pretty sure that it's referee Mark Nelson interested in making a statement about what he will abide by here in the game.
So now Life will play the rest of this half down a man. We're being told that yellow card was issued to number 10, A.J. McGinty. So a big loss for the Life Running Eagles, losing their starting fly half. Oh, and a real solid line there from Chance Doyle. Breaking the gain line. Will Barrett. The big lock. Looks like he's held up in the tackle. And the pass just goes to deck. Matthew Upton, the big prop. Might have lost it in contact though. Life diving over. We've got a penalty to New Orleans, leaving their feet. Yep, Life was all over that. Good counter rucking, but you got to stay on your feet.
Life getting just a bit overzealous in their counter-rucking attempt there. They're giving away a turnover to New Orleans. We'll see if they can capitalize on this opportunity.
If they kick to touch, let's run promo number 13. Let's get graphic 13 up for Breese.
So that was Bryce kicking for touch. Folks interested in traveling the country and giving back to the game? Think about becoming a rugby referee. For more information on officiating programs and opportunities, check out the officiating page at usarugby.org. There you'll find information on becoming involved with your local organization and much, much, much more. And New Orleans, the scrappy line out. Looks like Life may have claimed that one.
Good shot there of up-and-coming assistant referee Sean Bastick.
Local boy?
Absolutely. Originally from Peatone, Illinois.
So a Falcon to do the throwing in. Oh, and Falcon overshoots his target. There's Chris Sullivan. Chris Sullivan takes some heavy contact, still on their feet. Here's the replacement sub, Jason Davalia. Davies now to McMaster. McMaster goes to the foot. Well scooped up there from Doyle.
Eric, speaking of hometown, another athlete that's from this area is a storied Wisconsin high school athlete, Tom Katzfei, playing the lock position for the Life Running Eagles.
Yeah, Katzfei has spent some time. Sorry, Katzfei has spent a couple tours with the U.S. Selects, the sort of USA B side, a couple times capped Eagle. And he's a Wisconsin boy with a long athletic past up here in Wisconsin. Doyle, big cutout pass. Adam DeCoing wrapped up.
Oh, just an errant pass trying to go back inside. Maybe got a little bit too fancy there.
So a knock on from New Orleans. Yeah, a little bit trying to go sort of through that inside gap there, a little behind the back pass, maybe a bit too much kind of razzle dazzle. If you're down 17-0, you might want to play a bit more conservative. But anyway, we'll have put into the scrum Sean Davies. Life, nice and easy on that scrum for Life.
Good secondary drive from Life.
Cathal Doyle playing the 8 position now for an injured Garrett Lambert.
And Eric, as the seconds tick away, we get closer to the halftime, we'll be treated to a series of races between Rookie the Eagle and the local sausages.
Who doesn't love local sausages?
Absolutely, we are in Wisconsin.
Says Katie Wurst. Nola with some space out wide. Here's a break for New Orleans. Jeffrey Ruther. Oh, can't quite hold on to the ball.
Just a couple unfortunate handling mistakes there by Nola. Turned it over quick. We'll see how Life takes advantage of this.
And that is the half. Life University 17, New Orleans 0 in this 2014 Emirates Airline USA Rugby Club Division I National Championship. And like we said earlier, this game could have been a blowout from the get-go. Life scoring just a minute and a half into the game. New Orleans has really picked up their defense, though, played some solid defense, and Life has only snuck a couple more on the board, so anybody could win this game still.
Sure, I think that the game is actually closer than the score would indicate. Nola's trying to figure out, really settling into what they're trying to do offensively in their attacking pattern, and we're going to go take a look at some of these replays here. This is A.J. McGinty just doing a fantastic job.
Lance Kavanaugh getting the dummy there, the dummy pass from A.J. McGinty, and sliding in for another Life try there. And here comes another one from Sean Davies, this time setting up.
And Davies just moving the ball well, really doing a fantastic job to look both directions and seeing where he can find the space.
Yeah, setting up Dirksen and have another Life try there. So we are now going to head down to the field. We've got Rookie the Eagle going to hit the field and race it out against the local sausages from Wisconsin. And we've got Rookie the Eagle always providing entertainment at these games. And we are going to watch this race as we take a break here for halftime. Stay tuned. The second half of the Emirates Airline USA Rugby Division I Club National Championship coming up right after this.
Hey, get on your own side of the field. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you picked up the better side. Well, yeah.
The Wisconsin women's rugby side is helping out. We've got the Wisconsin men's. Many tours around here. Thanks to everybody for spending time over the last couple weeks. And also for leading up tonight. And let's not forget, tomorrow there's more rugby out here at Breese Stevens Field. At 10 a.m. you're going to see the high school Division II championship between Elkhorn and Kirkwood. And at 11:45 you're going to see Division I Wisconsin High School Championship. Pulaski will play in Whitefish Bay right here on this pitch.
Oh, yeah. They're up there.
Of course, your day does not have to end here after this next game. You can go to any one of our sponsors' establishments. Brooklyn Hirsch Pub and Restaurant. The Old Sugar Distillery. Cooper's Tavern. The Great Cane Pub and Brewing Company, who's been providing us beverages and food all day long. The Spot. Wilson's Bar and Grill. Wisconsin.
You're doing a fine job.
And let's not forget the Lakefront Sevens rugby tournament later this summer. And Madison Area Sports Commission for helping us put this event together. A big shout out goes to USA Rugby. And thanks to USA Rugby for selecting Madison, Wisconsin as the home of the National Club Championship. We're also pleased to announce there are approximately 2,500 people who are rugby fans that came out today, which makes it one of the best attended rugby events in 2014. Thank you, fans.
And welcome back to the 2014 Emirates Airline USA Rugby Division I National Championship game between the Life Running Eagles and the New Orleans Rugby Club. My name is Eric Tabor, joined today with Katie Wurst. And Katie, it's been a great game of rugby so far. We're already off and running here. Out to the action with New Orleans in white, playing from right to left on your screen. And the Life Running Eagles, defending national champions, in the green and white strip, their traditional colors. And right away, New Orleans looking to break that midfield line. Oh, and they can't quite hold on to the ball. Oh, referee Mark Nelson playing a bit of a long advantage there, and that could have turned out disastrous for New Orleans, but we had two knock-ons. We'll come back to the first one, have scrum down. So, Katie, we start the second half here. What do you think the New Orleans team is going to have to do to really climb back their way into this game? I mean, they haven't had a lot of possession.
Yes, they have the difficult task ahead of trying to isolate some of the Life Running Eagles players, but their support has just been fantastic throughout the game. So, mostly when they do gain possession, then just keep it where they can and try to just gain as much yards as they can. Make sure that they're opting to continue to go forward.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really going to be a thing of where when they have possession, they can't do anything fancy with it. They just have to, sort of like we saw earlier in the Rocky Gorge match, just hold on to that ball. One-off phases, send the forwards, crash, crash, crash. As long as they don't lose the ball, they could potentially get themselves back into this game. As long as they don't allow Life to have the ball back, then they can do something with it.
Very similar to the Orsu now D1 national champions that we saw. They just have some electric backline players on the Life University team here. And Nola be smart to make sure that they try to keep it more of a tight game.
Oh, and a knock on there from Jack Tracy. New Orleans on the attack. Chance Doyle, and a knock on there from Big Benvenuti. The 8-man is Nick Benvenuti, his brother Ben Benvenuti, playing number 5. And we're going to go downstairs to Jeff Hall on the sideline. Jeff, what do you got for us?
Guys, as the lights come on here at Breese Stevens Field, it is dark times indeed for New Orleans. Talking to the NOLA coaching staff at halftime, they were impressed by the phases and the organization they were able to exhibit during that yellow card period late in the first half. Disappointed not to score, though. In the words of the New Orleans coaching staff, we know we have the patterns that can break these guys down. We just need the possession.
So, Jeff, what we were just talking up here, what is it that that Life is going to need to do to break this New Orleans team down, put some more points on the board?
For Life, the key is just more of the same. They're going to need field position through the boot of McGinty. Now that he's back in the field, they're going to need a lot more in the way of outside attack, and they're just going to need to maintain possession. They have a 17-0 lead, Eric. It's just more of the same for Life.
So Jack Tracy taking a long run there for the Life Running Eagles, and as we're talking about it, they are knocking on the door once again. Oh, and a knock on there from McMaster gives Nola the opportunity to clear the ball. They got to be careful here. They're in front of the 22.
Great pickup by William Barrett, too, from New Orleans.
And New Orleans going to collect the penalty here, kick for touch, clear out of their own half, and that's another opportunity for points for Life that gone missing. New Orleans again finding ways to slow them down. New Orleans just has to get some possession and get some points on the board of their own, and then conceivably they're right back in this. Here comes Falcon with throw. Oh, a short ball. A little bit of trickery there. And looks like it either didn't go 5 or it was a forward pass.
Interesting use of misdirection there. Unfortunately, didn't quite work out the way Nola was intending.
Sean Davies wants a new ball. Cameron Falcon must have sweated all over that one.
Davies really has been an intricate component of moving the ball at pace. Really this nice speed-oriented game that we're seeing so far from the Life Running Eagles.
Yeah, you know, it's fairly well known. Oh, as here we have Life making a break. Dirksen's still on his feet. He's going to go all the way. Cornelius Dirksen, number 14 for the Life Running Eagles, taking the ball 50 meters. And just as we were talking about Sean Davies, that try came from the quick service of Davies off the back of that scrum. And here we see, yeah, just clean running. Moves the defenders inside, moves them outside, points his nose towards the corner, and there he is. Try time for Cornelius Dirksen. Great work there for the Life Running Eagles.
So Dirksen saw the space that he had, went with it. He was still able to just take a couple evasive steps just in case. Notice that he's always looking for that offload. What we've seen pretty much all game is that consistent support that the Life Running Eagles have had. It really makes the challenge of trying to get into the passing lane or disrupt any of that continuity that the Life Running Eagles have. It makes it very difficult for Nola all day so far.
22-0 Life University from Marietta, Georgia, over top of the New Orleans Rugby Club. 22-0 with 33 minutes, 16 seconds left in this half, the second half of this Division I National Championship game brought to you by Emirates Airlines. Coming to you live from Breese Stevens Field, Madison, Wisconsin. Folks, if you're watching out there, hit us up on Twitter, hashtag NCS 2014. That's NCS National Championship Series 2014 as the conversion kick from the sideline is successful. So Life now on top 24-0.
If you're here at the park today or at home with your club, getting together, let us know. Represent. Give us a shout out showing that you're representing your support for the USA Rugby Club National Championship Series. Hashtag NCS 2014.
Looking over at the NOLA fan section over there, they've got their umbrellas out, or their parasols, I guess they are. And they've got the yellow and purple shirts on, the gold purple.
Fantastic to see such a traveling fan contingency here.
They always travel strong at these championships. And as we said, New Orleans has been at these championships before on 3 different levels. They've been to Division III championship, won that. Climbed up to D2, won that. Now competing in D1, here playing for a national championship in Division I. It's a great story.
Davies delivers to Chris Headley, who distributes the ball quickly.
And here comes Kavanaugh to the boot, and it trickles out of bounds. So folks, if you're just joining us, my name is Eric Tabor with USA Rugby, and I am joined up here in the box with Katie Worst, also of USA Rugby, and on the field, Jeff Hall joining us out of Rugby Canada. Bringing you all the action here from the 2014 Emirates Airline USA Rugby Club Championships, Division 1, 2, and 3. Here's Kavanaugh. Nice replay here from Kavanaugh. Going to his left boot. Smart option, but he gets the bad bounce on it. And he, Chance Dole there, number 15 for NOLA. He had turned his shoulders already. And had Kavanaugh scooped up that kick, he was gone.
Yeah, Kavanaugh just displaying how much the different weapons that they have in terms of pace here in the Life Running Eagle squad.
Good defense there from Chris Headley. Player out of Missoula, Montana. Long way from home, down at Life University.
Good shot there. Some great line integrity and pace coming forward.
Oh, and number 22 for NOLA, that's Nick Raziano, drug into touch. And here we see Davies will have the put into the scrum, knock on as the call from Mark Nelson. Dropped the ball before, Rosiano dropped the ball before he was drug into touch. So we'll have a scrum to life. Right about midfield on the nearest side here by the press box.
Eric, with the sun setting, it's dropped several degrees here. Better temperature, probably contributing to the fitness component of this game, as well as we're seeing much more pace. I think it's just a more comfortable environment to play some rugby.
Much more comfortable environment. Oh, here comes Lance Kavanaugh again. He breaks the gain line every time he touches the ball, this guy. But it's down to a cool 86 now here in Madison, so much more comfortable for the players. It has been a warm day here at Breese Stevens Field.
You saw Kavanaugh just getting a bit tangled up with the ball there, got on the ground, got himself turned around. Mark Nelson's right on top of that.
Nice to see the stands full over there for the afternoon of rugby, taking in this national championship game. And we've talked about the Madison rugby scene and how it's blowing up. A lot of great things happen in this part of the country. And this weekend, they're going to follow this event up with their high school championships here in Wisconsin tomorrow.
Yes, you can see, especially the upper deck in the stands when the camera pans the crowd, all those red T-shirts that are lining the board. We just want to give a great shout out and thanks for them for really making us feel at home here at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin.
Oh, there's Ben Venuti, big man, taking some hard contact there. Chance Doyle. That is number 11 for Nola DeCoing. Oh, getting a little sloppy now. Players fly hacking at it. Davies scoops it up. Looking to recycle. And now Life going wide. Chance Doyle picks it up. Oh, he can't quite gather his own kick. And now it's an advantage being played to Life. There was a knock on in there. Oh, and A.J. McGinty went to hoof the ball downfield right into the face of a New Orleans defender. Yeah, good defense there from Life. The runner just, heard footsteps, couldn't quite gather that one. And then you saw some players kind of fly hacking at the ball. Sean Davies, too smart for that stuff. He scoops it up, looks for the next option.
Again, we see Davies just really collecting the ball, kind of taking the temperature of what's going on the field and making sure that he secures possession. Doing a great job for his team today.
Yeah, Davies, ever since he set foot on, his first year here at in the States against at BYU, he won a national championship with BYU against Cal down at Stanford. A very memorable game. I remember being there, and it was kind of the first time as we see Jack Tracy now breaking the gain line for Life, still on his feet. Gannon, captain, to Kavanaugh. Kavanaugh inching his way forward. Davies, flat pass to number 18. That's James Hugh. Not over yet. Davies. Cat's Fi can't handle it.
You gotta be shitting me. He dropped the fucking ball at his feet.
And we've got a knock on there. Yep, number 23 can't handle the pass. And Jeff Hall on the sideline, he's got something for us. Jeff, what's up?
Eric, you were talking earlier about the New Orleans rugby story, and a good one it is. It's so important for USA Rugby that places like New Orleans are developing this kind of standard of rugby. What's important for people to know is that Life University represents very much the pinnacle of the USA Rugby club scene. They test themselves not only against a regular collegiate and club schedule, but against opposition like the Ontario Blues from Canada, a regional side made up of 30 representatives from 30 different teams. So, Life has a very strong caliber opposition they're testing themselves against on a regular basis, and it's very important that NOLA gets the experience of playing games like this. So, a great story for NOLA, and we'll see what they can do to come back and get themselves into the game here in the second half.
Yeah, Life University is a really interesting scenario down there. It's a small chiropractic college, and so you have to kind of want to study chiropractic to go there, especially if you're playing for this team. This is their graduate side, their men's club side. These guys have all been to undergrad. They've already got a degree. They're now getting their master's degree. So that compared to a team like the Ontario Blues, who is a regional representative side, and they're an all-star team. And Life plays them regularly, hangs tough with them regularly, and does very well. It's important that we get these sort of cross-border games with others.
It's an opportunity that NOLA may not have had being in the southern part of the United States. But what you can see here is that if NOLA can get back into the patterns that their coaches are calling for, consistent offensive play within structure, losing the chip kicks, losing some of the individuality, there is a pathway to some try scoring and some success for them in the second half. Their coaches were asking them to implement systems that they've practiced. They're enjoying a lot more possession, so let's see what they can do with the last 20 minutes of this game.
As we see Sade, Boo Michael driven the touch there. That smothering defense from Life University. We're going to have now a line out. We got time off, it looks like. We got some subs coming on for New Orleans. Number 19 coming on the field. That's Paul Bode. And number 16 coming on as well. That's Adam Massey for New Orleans. Cameron Falcon with the throw in.
Massey, actually known at home by his friends and family as Masquatch. I'm sure he appreciates that being shared.
Oh, here's Kavanaugh in. Another great line from Kavanaugh. Waltzes in for an easy try for Life University. And that's just really tactical line running. You can't really argue with that. Jack Tracy, McMaster. McMaster draws in some defenders, open up some space for Kavanaugh. Slice through, try time. Putting Life up now 29-0 with the kick to come.
We've been seeing a lot of Kavanaugh sliding into the try zone, just has ample pace to use, but also just in the right place at the right time, setting himself up, making good line breaks, but also really running good lines that's creating these try-scoring opportunities. Yeah,
I think it's definitely less being lucky and more putting himself in a strategic place to succeed with that with those passes. His teammates clearly know where he is. They know to expect him in these gaps, so all they have to do is draw in a couple defenders, and Kavanaugh puts himself right there.
You're right, Eric. He's really established himself as a go-to player. Definitely an attacking threat for the Life Running Eagles.
And that is McGinty's kick is successful from out near the touchline. So 31-0 now. Life Running Eagles over New Orleans, and NOLA really hasn't had much opportunity to even get past into the Life half of the field this second half. It's been all Life.
Yeah, Life doing a great job to just starve NOLA possession of the ball. Can't do much if you don't have the ball, Eric.
As Sean Davies puts it right back into New Orleans territory, and we'll have a line out at a little bit rough, just outside of midfield. There's Falcon with throw in. Good ball, and scooped up there at the back of the line out. That's, what do they call him, Masquatch? Oh, nice ball there from, that's number 11, DeCoing. Falcon. Falcon going into contact high again. He's wrapped up from Life. He's going to be able to recycle that ball. There it is. Little chip kick to the head there from Bryce. And Zach Simpkins for the Life Running Eagles hoofs it in a touch. And it's going to, he kind of shanks that one, so Life doesn't pick up much territory on that. So Nola now, this is probably the best chance to score right here that Nola's had this entire half. Good line out take there. Bruising run there from Paul Bode. And Bryce just can't quite hang on to the pass. We've got an advantage being played, and we're going to blow it up for a scrum to Life.
Yes, just quick ball off the ground by Boo Michael. Maybe Bryce just wasn't quite ready for it, took his eye just off because, again, that defensive line from the Running Eagles just putting a lot of pressure on just resulted in an unfortunate knock-on.
Well, folks, while we have a second here, we're going to remind you that the Eagles take on Scotland on June 7th next week at BBVA Compass Stadium in Houston, Texas. Don't miss the best fan fest in America. Get your tickets and more info at usarugby.org/USAVSCO. That's usarugby.org, USA v Scotland. Get your tickets today. We'll see you next week. And I will be down there, Katie. It's going to be a really interesting matchup. Of course, USA had a great game there last year against the Irish. Sold out stadium down there at BBVA Stadium, or BBVA Compass Stadium in Houston. And the Houston rugby public really get behind our Eagles. It's great to see.
Certainly, the Texas rugby community, they've been breaking records in terms of filling the numbers that they have in filled capacity stadiums. So we're looking forward to another opportunity next week to see if they can do even better.
Oh, and almost a midair collision there between Sean Davies and Chance Doyle. And New Orleans now, Davies maybe a little banged up there. He didn't release that ball. And Nola off to the races. And that's the captain, Gannon, coming through, kicking it into touch. And check out this replay. Chance Doyle on the right, and whoa, that could have been a dangerous midair collision. But Davies and Doyle just miss one another.
It's just reflective of Davies' play all day. He's just really willing to put his body out there on the line. Went up for it, challenged against a player about twice the size, and came up with the ball.
He's a small guy, but he leaves no quarter on the field. You know, he will hit anybody, the biggest of them out there. Plays like he's about 10 feet tall and bulletproof, as the song goes. McGinty.
Oh, punishing tackle there by New Orleans. Just too many attacking options for Life University, finding the gaps, moving forward. Good pickup by number 18.
Yeah, it's a real pleasure to watch this Life offensive system. Every single runner has multiple options no matter where they're going. As you see Davala in there, taking the ball wide.
2 phases ago was James Hugh. Even substitutions, there's just no change in the level of play and support that we're seeing.
And we've got the captain. Is that Gannon over for a try? I think Mark Nelson is speaking to his touch judges, and the try is awarded. So, try time for the Life Running Eagles. Number 7, David Gannon, the captain, does a little dance, soaks himself in water. He's happy to get on the board.
Gannon just happy on his individual effort there, just showing off a little bit of his Showtime skills.
Hey, why not?
He earned it. He worked hard for that.
This is the show, after all. Little shimmy shake. Yeah, get somebody. So Life now 36-0 over New Orleans Rugby Club. Life, in order to get to this championship game, had to go through the New York Athletic Club in Pittsburgh last 2 weeks ago, and Metropolis. And you know, one of the games of the weekend was that Life Nyack game that could easily have been the national championship, which was a really hotly contested game in the mud, in the hail. It was a miserable weekend in Pittsburgh. It just dumped rain on those two teams. And but Life came away with it. Some great A.J. McGinty, a couple of real solid moves from him, put Life into the semifinal against Metropolis out of Minneapolis. Good take there from Chris Headley. Oh, and solid hands. Davala. Oh, ball squirting out there. Davies wasn't ready for it. Nice job from Davies getting back to his feet, retaining possession. Is it still there for Life? It is. Life gathers a penalty, not releasing the tackler.
You see Kavanaugh looking for the option to go quick. He's told to wait on it a bit by referee Mark Nelson.
So if you didn't hear us say it before, today's attendance, over 2,500 folks here at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. Quite possibly the largest crowd ever for a domestic game of rugby. We'll wait for the fact-checking team to get back to us on that. Nonetheless, though, a really great turnout here in Madison in this great facility.
You're also seeing a great diversity in the different age ranges, and males, females, of all different types of people are here coming to check out the game. Plenty of people, this is their first rugby game they've seen today. Something just fantastic that they've been able to do through the Madison Rugby United grouping, really utilizing Breese Stevens Field and getting much more people into sort of hooked on the game and interested in playing.
So Life bringing in some subs now. Gershon Blaze, number 21, coming onto the field. We mentioned him a little earlier, the former Notre Dame football product. Also on the field for Life is number 22, Antoine Blanchette.
It's David again, and again, fighting for the hard yards.
So, Cats Phi inching the ball closer. We'll go Gershon Blaze, fast feet there. He originally came to the game of rugby to play some sevens, so you know he's got dangerous pace. Oh, and here's a turnover for Nola. And ball scores to deck. And is there a... It's a knock-on from Life. We're going to have a scrum to Nola.
A.J. McGinty just reached out, make the ankle tap tackle. Probably saved a considerable amount of meters from recovering after the pickup for the turnover.
So while we have a quick break, let's go down to Jeff Hall on the sideline. Jeff, what do you got for us?
Well, so much to be positive today in the Life camp, Eric and Katie. But if I'm coaching NOLA, what I want to see from them is what do you have in the last 10 minutes to salvage something from this match that that you can look forward to for next season. I think when the players have digested their performance here, they're going to want to take away the positives, and it would certainly help them to be able to put some numbers up on the scoreboard. They've had so much to celebrate in the last few years in their performances in Division 3 and Division 2. A huge accomplishment for them to get to the Division 1 championship game. Still, I think they would like to see some points on the board before this game is out.
Yeah, you got to root for the underdog here, right? I mean, New Orleans clearly being outclassed, by a very, very good Life team, and there's nothing wrong with that at all. Life on point today. New Orleans will be back in these kind of situations in the future, but just not their day today. But you do want to see them come away with something, and they keep fighting. They definitely have the attitude. Their heads are still up high. They're still looking to do stuff, and you hope they get some points rewarded for it. There's Falcon looking for a little show and go. Nice line there from DeCoing.
Good ball distribution by New Orleans.
And the substitute for New Orleans, James Sims, number 18, can't hang on to the pass. Life scoops it up. We've got a long advantage being played here by Mark Nelson. Ball bouncing around here for Life. Still alive, though. Little chip kick ahead. Here comes Blaze. Blaze scoops or slap. Oh, here we go. A kick attempt from, that was from number 10, Bryce. Little kind of desperation kick. Not the best idea from Bryce. Turnover ball now for Life. And Life in for another try.
Little inventive chip kick and chase, rewarded in the end.
Yeah, Life bringing in the subs now, giving everybody a run. Why not with a big score line? Oh, we saw. Yeah, the New Orleans Rugby, New Orleans player knocked the ball out of Nowaski's hands, and
that was substitute Tom Van coming into the game.
And the replacement Tom Van there jumping on the loose ball, just be a little opportunistic. Why not? Good effort from New Orleans to get the ball loose, and maybe do something for themselves, but Life taking care of that ball.
Certainly speaks to the depth that we have here in this Life Run Eagles team. If you're replacing players coming in, able to kick the ball forward and jump on it, take any opportunity to get your name on the board.
Yeah, get on the score sheet. Why not? There's Cats 5, the local man out of Wisconsin. And Life in no rush.
Former collegiate basketball player Tom Cats 5 from this region.
Well, you can tell he's a big man. He's tall. Also previously spent time with the New York Athletic Club, too, before heading down to Life.
Little miscommunication there by Life. Ball drops forward.
Ball hoofed into touch. And we're going to have a line out to NOLA. Crowd on their feet, starting to get a little rowdy over there. Everybody having a good time here at Breese Stevens Field in Madison. Nice line out take there from NOLA. An errant pass there from Boo Michael. Oh, here's Chance Doyle now. Nice line break from Doyle.
Fantastic effort to reach out and pull that pass. It was a bit in front of him.
Oh, solid work there from Falcon, but he's tied up. No, he's back to the ground. Breese, nice cutout pass to, that's 13. Bobby Johns. Haven't seen much out of Bobby Johns today. And a penalty to New Orleans. And just as we had talked earlier, New Orleans wanting to get some points on this board, salvage a bit of pride at the end of this game. Yeah, great ball there to Chance Doyle. Oh, and speaking of, New Orleans in for the try. Number 7, Jarrett Falcon, the captain, gets NOLA on the board. And that's well-deserved from New Orleans. So this is right off the back of a breakdown. Falcon doing a nice job evading some tackles. Good line running, and he's in for a try for New Orleans. 41-5 now, life over New Orleans, and no better person to get that than the captain Falcon.
We saw 2 series of great leaded passes, so that players were having to come on at pace, and that pace really made the difference for them. So just perfectly placed passes that New Orleans is finding here in the waning minutes of the match.
Come on, boys, back at him. Back at him, let's go.
Life not in a hurry to restart this play. Only 3 minutes, 50-something seconds, 50 seconds left before Life University are crowned once again the Division I national champions.
A little bit of a delay with an injured player for Life Running Eagles.
Yeah, that's not good to see. I think that's Phil Teal being helped off the ground. Looks like he got a bit of a knock to the head. He's holding the back of his head. So Phil Teal being helped off.
He's pretty quick to make the universal sign for substitution. He knows that the game is in hand, so it makes sense to give another player a run.
And no, that was Phil Teal. He was wearing jersey number 23. And Coach Mike Tolkien for the Eagles will be glad to see Teal coming off the field now. Want to keep him healthy for the summer series coming up. Obviously next week, Houston, USA versus Scotland at BBVA Compass Stadium. Be there.
We saw Kavanaugh putting just as much pace that he's had on attack, really chasing down the player, doing what he can to bundle him into touch. Resulted in a knock-on prior. Oh, looks like it will go to touch.
Falcon finds his man in the lineout. Nice line from Chance Doyle, breaking through some tacklers. Oh, ball squirts backwards for NOLA. Good scoop up from Bobby Johns, I believe. Nice ball movement from NOLA. Cam Falcon out to his older brother, Jared Falcon. And here's Cam Falcon again, making the gain line. He's a bit isolated though. Will he get the ball taken over? No, he won't. Chance Doyle. Oh, there's the big prop, Upton. Oh, little chip kick here from number 22, Raziano. Raziano chases his kick and drives. Oh, no, Life still in bounds. So that's McGinty.
McGinty doing great work to make something out of nothing there. Really just through evasive running. Was able to keep the ball in hand, made a couple of serious good passes, and try to challenge for this line out.
Good delivery there from New Orleans, moving the ball wide. Raziano, nice job holding on to the ball out there in the wing. Oh, good counter rucking from Life, but Nola retains it.
Great leg drive by New Orleans going forward.
I believe that's the big man, Benvenuti. Oh, and Cameron Falcon couldn't quite hold on to the low pass. Here's Gershon Blaze. Gershon Blaze still rolling. Oh, and yeah, it was clearly out. No one was over top of the ball, and now the fly hacks are coming left and right. Oh, a little dust up down there on the field. Not really necessary this time of the game. And that is the game. With the whistle from referee Mark Nelson, Life University Running Eagles are your 2014 back-to-back now Division I national champions. Congratulations to Coach Dan Payne, Coach Tui Osborne, the whole staff at Life University for a fantastic season. And really, that was a clinical performance, Katie.
Yes, convincingly, Life really did show that they've been here before and that they belong in the winner's circle once more time.
Yeah, they're clearly one of the most experienced teams. They have pedigree on their side. They have strength. They have skill, and because of that, they are your Emirates Airline USA Rugby Division I 2014 national champions here at Breese Stevens Field, Madison, Wisconsin. So a really hard-fought, match from New Orleans. Though they weren't totally outclassed. It's not like they didn't belong on this field here. Life was just very clinical in everything they did. They ran the straight, hard lines, as we see some of the highlights from the second half here. And it's passes like that they were just collecting and turning into tries that New Orleans just didn't have an answer for.
Sure, it's more just a question of the tools that the Life Running Eagles had at their disposal. You look at Kavanaugh and McGinty, a couple of players that are just really inventive and have a great deal of pace and are able to make a team really pay if they make one slight turnover or some sort of errant mistake. So they just capitalize very well on other teams' mistakes.
So as we get ready for the medal ceremony here, we're going to let some of these pitchers do the talking for us. All smiles and hugs on the Life University side as the Running Eagles and New Orleans line up to receive their medals and their championship trophies. We'll be back in just a few minutes with a trophy presentation and an interview with the MVP. Stay tuned.
The men's Division I runner-up, New Orleans Rugby Football Club, Louisiana. The men's
we are back looking at Chris Headley lifting the national championship trophy over his head for the Life Running Eagles, the 2014 national champions. We saw earlier number 12, Aaron McMaster, collecting the most valuable player trophy from USA Club Rugby director Jim Snyder. And there's the Life Rugby Eagles taking a bite out of the wood platform there. Beautiful trophy there for the Eagles. And look at this, here's New Orleans Rugby Club thanking their really big contingency of players. There's Chance Doyle back in the, he's going crowd surfing back there in the back with his family and friends. Awesome support for that New Orleans Rugby Club. They always travel strong at these national championship events, and they will be back in the future. There's no doubt about that. But for now, it's the day of the Life Running Eagles. And we are going to go downstairs right now. We have got the most valuable player, Aaron McMaster, on the field. McMaster, how are you? Congratulations, you're a national champion.
Thank you, mate. Really appreciate it. It's a big day for the boys. It's been a whole year since last year that we've been building towards this, so we're just stoked, happy.
So how does this one feel compared to last year's?
This is a bit of an icing on the cake for a lot of us because a few of us have been here for at least 4 years now, doing our DC, our Doctor of Chiropractic degree. So it's an end of an era for a lot of us. So last year was a big relief because we had come so short the last few years, and then this time was just another bonus. So it's the cherry on the top.
Now, coming into this game, you hadn't played New Orleans yet this year. What were you expecting to see, and what was the game plan coming in? I mean, you guys were very clinical performance today.
Yeah, we just sort of wanted to play our own game. We didn't know too much about New Orleans, and today they really took it to us. I'm exhausted, and that's probably one of the hardest games we've had all year. So they were a really good outfit, but our team, I'm just proud of the boys. We've been training all year, and we're like family as well. Spend all day together, so just really happy. Thanks, mate.
Well, Aaron McMaster, most valuable player of the 2014 National Championships. Go rest up with your teammates.
Thanks, mate. I appreciate it.
Congratulations.
Bye-bye.
Well, from all of us here at USA Rugby, I am Eric Tabor alongside Katie Wurst and Jeff Hall downstairs, and also Shannon Basillos here doing the commentary today. We'd like to thank you all for joining us. It's been a great day of rugby here at the championships for Division III men, Division II women, Division II men, Division I women, and now your USA Rugby Men's Division I National Championships. It's been a long, full day. Congratulations to our champions, Old Blue New York and Men's D3. The Pittsburgh Angels returning, or back-to-back national champions in Women's Division II. Rocky Gorge holding off Tempe in the Men's D2 for a championship. And in Women's Division I, Oregon Sports Union claiming the national championship. And, of course, the Life Running Eagles here at Breese Stevens Field in Madison, Wisconsin. So, as I said, for Katie Wurst and Jeff Hall and Shannon Basillos, from everybody here in Madison, Wisconsin for USA Rugby, thank you for tuning in, and we wish you a very pleasant good night.